This doesn't happen very often anymore these days. Does it look like some kind of treasure to you? How about now? Dang it, it's not nearly as nice of a condition as I was expecting. But what do you expect for free? I'm sure I can get at least $100 for it. Okay, now I'm back to the Hamlet dump. It's not a very good dump. Everything's burnt and melted and cracked. A lot of junky ketchups and Listerines and things worth very little, if anything. Although somehow everybody else seems to find Christmas Cokes. And supposedly up by the road there's some 1915 Cokes. So I guess I'll try a test pit over that way. Okay, here we go. Digging on the side of a country highway. Hopefully it'll pay off. This is a little bit embarrassing when cars drive down the road and see me digging on the side of the highway. But as you can see, I'm only 7 or 8 inches deep and I'm already finding something. And of course, it's worthless, whatever it is. Although I don't recognize the embossing on it. Something method. Well, okay, the layer's only 6 inches thick, and then we got at least a foot of filled sand, and then another layer starts up way down there. So, hopefully I'm going to find 1915 stuff at the bottom like I was told I would. Okay, found something. Never found one quite like it before. Found the taller, skinnier varieties of these. But this one is new to me, so I'm sure it must be older than those others. It's probably from about 1939. So now that we're 3 feet deep, got something coming out. Strange. Not exactly sure what to make of it. But it has an anchor hocking mark on the bottom, so it's not that old. Okay, a Coke bottle base. It does look like it's probably a 1915. Not enough to tell for sure. Then I got this perfume. Probably from about 1928. So we're getting older. And it's got the beautiful designs embossed on it. And of course a Slick Pharmacy, machine made. Just scraped over a Coke bottle. Is it a whole one? I think it is. But it's just a Christmas Coke. Not that I'm complaining, but I thought it would be older. Dang it. It has a crack in it. And of course, it is from Hamlet. Well, it's probably still worth a few dollars, so I guess I'll keep it. Okay, I just pried up 2 of them at the same time. First one is the super famous Califig, otherwise known as California Fig Syrup Company. Machine made. No embossing on the sides like the ones that are older. No, I guess that wasn't a bottle there, but I do have several more that I found a few minutes ago. Franco-American Hygienic Company. That's interesting. Flavors. Something about flavors. But anyway, it's fairly common. And I found this amber medicine. Nothing written on it. Okay, I see a crown top sticking out. Hopefully that means it's a soda. Oh great, it's broken and melted. Well, Bobby Johnston told me that there was a pipe trench dug 3 feet from the side of the road here, and they found all kinds of 1915 Cokes, and even blown in mold pharmacies. I don't see anything quite like it. Am I too far from the road? I don't know, but do you recognize that shape right there? It's the most common poison bottle in the world. But all poison bottles are worth getting a little bit excited over. Even though realistically it's worth about $7 maybe. And it's a machine made, but that's usually a good sign for these because the embossing on the blown in the mold ones is weak. The embossing on these is usually pretty strong. It's getting pretty deep. Got some big pieces of metal down here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of the way. But there is more stuff. Well, it seems like only about another 5 or 6 inches till I hit the natural soil level. And of course I got a couple of America's favorite remedy, the Vicks Vapo Rub. Maybe worth $1 a piece to somebody. But I just hooked on to what looks like a milk bottle neck. Could it possibly be a whole milk bottle? Only if it's a half pint. Oh, it's a full pint. And it's actually embossed. Oh my god, it's a good one too. Well, maybe not. Cedar Hill, I just haven't seen this variety. But I don't know. I really haven't found one of these. Maybe it's an older variant from the 30s. Looks to be in good shape. Could be a $45 one. So I guess things are starting to look pretty good now. Well, they were looking good until I noticed this. I better go put a couple band-aids on that one. A month on the road, and look how filthy my van has become. It's convenient to be able to park right up against where you're digging though. Strange, it's all clean over this way and then it suddenly gets all full of junk over here and on this side. Of course, here's a screw top, pharmacy, no value, and a broken goblet. Okay, some kind of a brass button. I don't know if it has any markings on it or not, but I'll definitely bring it home and clean it up and see. Then, I guess that would be a salt shaker. Bottom broken off. But it's got a nice design. I guess I'll keep it anyway. And we have what everybody always finds when they dig the 30s and 40s. The Cerdo bottles. Of course, the earlier ones like this have a very nice honey amber though. So, it's probably worth $2 or $3 just because of the color. And a broken 1923 Christmas Coke from Hamlet. And I also found a 1915 from Hamlet. See how the difference is in the embossing on the bottom. It's probably a really late one from about 1928 though. And then I found a half-ounce pharmacy and the super common ink and a ketchup. Alright, found a Hires household extract, Philadelphia, for home use. The older ones say makes a delicious 5-gallon drink. Something about that. I mean, can you imagine pouring this little bottle into a 5-gallon bucket of water and making 5 gallons of root beer? Must have been some pretty powerful stuff. I'm sure the kids of today don't have any idea what Hires root beer is, but it was a hugely popular drink in the early 1900s. And another unembossed pharmacy. And a couple of these, whatever they are. This I thought was kind of interesting. Billy Baxter soda. They usually come in a 10-pin shape. Well, I guess that's about it for this haul. I better get this mess cleaned up. This very unassuming building on the main drag is where all those soda crates used to be. Thousands of them. Just on the other side of that wall. Okay, I probed around and I found a spot that feels like the ground is softer. I'm a good 200 feet away from the last spot I dug, so will the bottles be older here or newer? That is weird. It's so wet, it's just filling up with water. Only a foot deep and I haven't even hit any glass yet. Okay, I've moved over about 25 feet to a little bit higher ground. So I think this is a good spot. That sounds like a bottle.